Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about Korra and her husband Justin. I think this will be my first post about them. I've never really followed them so much. Never been a fan of the both of them, but lately they've been in the news going back and forth. Yesterday, Korra's husband went live alleging that he was slammed with a restraining order. And in my mind, I was like, I know how things work in America. Usually, in America, at least the law works. If it was in Nigeria, I would say, okay, maybe it's man no man. Because in Nigeria, the legal system is very crazy and unfair, especially to the poor people who do not have connection. So when I saw the post, I was like, this one, I'm like, this man is a good dad from what he shows on the internet. So let me take you back. When the man announced their separation, I noticed, I was like, initially I was very indifferent. I mean, people fall out of love and break up, so it's fine. I'm one person that do not believe that people should remain married even when they're unhappy. You know, for whatever reason, public validation is not necessary. When a marriage stops serving you, you're free to leave. It's better than staying there and maybe piling up things, and then one day you snap and hurt your partner or someone. So I was like, oh, that's fine if they no longer want to be together. And then I noticed this man kept throwing tantrums, throwing tantrums. I was like, what's wrong with this man? He called Korra a narcissist. And honestly, he has portrayed the attitude of a narc. Like from day one, he announced the separation. He's always about social media. One would think that, okay, this Korra is a social media person. She became popular through the internet. But Justin, you claim to be a doctor, a chiropractor, or whatever. You're in charge of bones and what. Face your job. But no, lately he's so thirsty for attention. And then trust people to fan his ego. Oh, Justin, you're the best father. Oh, Justin, God will be with you. And then he keeps going live. Every other 3 days, he's going live, giving us updates like we got into the marriage with him. The point I felt the type of way, that was when I started looking at this man. I was like, this man, no, 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 no. You get your own for body. You are not as innocent as you claim to be. And then on this, like few days after she put to bed, he went live. That was about, okay, not, I think it was about 2 weeks after she put to bed, and few days after he announced their divorce, that he was divorcing Korra. He went live saying, repeat it, repeat it. And I was like, what is wrong with this man? Why will you go live? This woman just put to bed. Even if, like, let's assume she hurt you so much, like, can't you be patient? Give her time. If you want to leave her, it's totally fine. I'm not forcing you to remain with her, but why do you need to humiliate her in the process? I was a bit taken aback because I felt, if this man is really as good as he claims, okay, let's assume you've endured whatever he claimed she was doing to you for the longest of time, and now she just put to bed, and barely 1 week after she put to bed, you're announcing on social media. And you see, I see social media as Korra's office. That's where she makes her money from. That's what brought her the fame and money. So why would you want to humiliate her in such a way that people will now start looking at her in a certain light? Like, if fine, you plan to divorce her, fine and good, but every 2 days you're coming to give us updates. Oh, Korra is the initially he said Korra cheated. He described her as a serial cheat. He later came back to say no, it was just once in the beginning of their relationship. Like, who does that? If you love your kids so much, to an extent, you protect their mother, because in the end, she's the mother of your kids. And when people start slut shaming her, it will hurt the kids, at least for a while, or it will hurt them until maybe they develop a very thick skin and learn to ignore. So yesterday he went live, started talking about how in his words, some people reached out to me. It's as if every decision he takes is based on what his, in quote unquote, online in-laws tell him. Because why are you coming to tell us? Some of you reached out to me that I should go and take my kids. Korra is negligent, This. Although I must confess, sometimes I see some videos of Korra and the kids, and I'm a bit uncomfortable with some of the things she does. But you know, now she's a mother. I just believe that people just have their way around their children and how they deal with issues. So most times, I'm just this kind of person that believes that no, when it comes to caring for a child, a mother does it better. A mother does it best because you know she bore the child and she knows what's best for the child. So most times I see some video, I'm like, this girl. Sometimes I'm like, Korra should go easy. Let this child not choke, you know. So this man claimed some online in-laws reached out to him and told him to go take the kids. So he went to take the kids, and he spent some days with them. And upon returning them to Korra, he told Korra when he dropped them, he told Korra he was coming back to pick them. When he came back, Abi, when he got to the house, he was giving the restraining order. He met the police there, and he wants his kids. He was practically crying yesterday on that live. So today, Korra's friends reached out to Instablog. They reached out to Instablog. This was the message she sent to Instablog. Hello, I am a friend of KORRA Obidi. She has been silent because of her kids, but the narrative that her husband has been putting out is cruel and untrue. He is not who he claims to be. I witnessed everything that happened hours before he went live on Facebook. Justin is doing all of this for fame, because KORRA is making money off Facebook. People really need to know the truth. He took the kids since Monday, telling KORRA that he's coming back the same day, and he didn't return until Thursday morning. The kids were so unkempt with marks on the newborn baby. They were so untidy and unclean. KORRA learned that he was feeding the 4 weeks old baby formula. She questioned him and he told her she doesn't have the kids living with that she couldn't have the kids living with her, but only visit them on Sundays, which escalated the situation. She had to call the cops because he was going to forcefully take the kids away from her. She never said hurtful things about her daughter. She only said that she regrets having June with him because he keeps fighting her in front of the little girl. He was the one calling her names in the presence of the kids. KORRA is heartbroken, and we, her friends, are doing the best we can to help her get through this phase. You will be shocked by her story when she is fully ready to speak. She consented to me sharing this information with you. So you can see that's why it's always good to hear from both sides before you pass judgments. Because when he went live, people were like, "Oh no, KORRA is a bad mom. She doesn't know what she's doing." People were saying all sorts, and he was like, you know, the way he was acting, he was excited. And then I think a couple of people pointed out some flaws, and I was like, "No, I'm blocking you. Blocked. You don't talk about my child. Blocked. You talk about me. Blocked." He was like blocking people. So I'm not actually surprised by what they said. So I'm going to post the video evidence from KORRA's friends and also the video of Dr. Justin Dean. So you listen to both videos and share your opinions in the comment section. And don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
Let me wait until people start getting on here. My kids are being withheld from me. Hello, everyone. Just gonna wait or something longer. Just gonna wait or something longer. Yeah, I'm very serious. Okay. I'm just gonna start with why I divorced KORRA. What made me post what I posted? What made me emotionally lose control? And there's only one thing that can make me do that, and that's my kids. And nothing else. So, many of you know, well, I divorced KORRA because we got into an argument, and KORRA says things to hurt me sometimes, and she repeatedly told me that she regretted June ever being born. And I asked her to stop saying that, and June was in my arms crying, and she repeatedly said it over and over again. I called my mother, who will testify this in court, that she kept saying it over and over again. And I said, you can't say this to June. She understands what you're saying. June's crying. I attempted to take June out of the room, and I said, you can't be around your daughter if you're saying this type of stuff. And she came across the room. My mom's on the phone, will testify this in court, and violently ripped June out of my hands, and very close dislocated June's shoulder. That was when I posted online that I was divorcing my wife and I can't be treated this way anymore. When I went live and said, say it again, it was that she regretted June being born. So fast forward, many of you reached out to me, and I have talked to an attorney. I'm asked, and I can't see my kids right now, and I'm asking for public support because I love my kids. 2 days ago, many of you reached out to me and asked me to go get the kids because she was being negligent when she was inside the sink. There's a garbage disposal in that sink, within reach of June's foot. So she was putting her foot in the sink, and there was a garbage disposal, and she could have easily mangled her foot. And then Athena's head was drooping, and she was like getting her airway choked off. And I communicated this, and she ignored me. I called her, she hung up on me. So, in legal counsel, I went and got my kids for the last 2 days to protect her, because many of you were reaching out to me and saying that they were going to call child services, which would not be the first time child services was called for negligence. So, I went and got my kids and explained to her why I was taking control of the kids. I was not withholding her, and I had no intention of keeping the kids from her. Today I had to work because we haven't found a nanny yet, and I asked her to watch the kids for a little bit, and she agreed. And I said, I will be taking the kids back to my house. And when I got there, her friends handed me a pile of papers, and the police were there. Well, they showed up late. She falsely filed. So I can't see my kids for, it looks like a month, because she's trying to hurt me. I love my kids. They're my life. And men don't cry, but I am. Just for my kids. So, yeah. That's why I'm divorcing KORRA, because she used the kids to hurt me, and I thought that was wrong. And I didn't want Athena to go through the same things that June's endured the last few years. So now, with this, I was going to split custody with KORRA, and now I'm taking full custody. I'm going to fight her. Everything I'm saying here is true. I'm saying no false lies. This is why I divorced KORRA, because she hurt June. I didn't cheat on her. I do not have a mistress. No other reasons. I really wanted my family to work. And whoever says they should have a restraining order on me because I'm too emotional, that's heartless. You should be ashamed of yourself. I can't get my kids. She put a restraining order on me against the kids and falsely said that I assaulted her, which is not true. It's absolutely not true. But my mother will testify in court that she physically assaulted my daughter because she was on the phone. So, I'm asking you, because this is the only power I have right now, to help me see the errors of her ways. I'm a good father. She said it on her Facebook that I'm a good father and that we were co-parenting, all the while getting a restraining order on me and making false claims about my character that just are not true. Okay. Audrey, the switch within reach. I can tell you how disabling it is to not have a big toe. So I hope you don't have, I hope that you reconsider, and I'm blocking you now. Don't mess with my kids. You don't assault my kids. You don't use my kids to hurt me. I just want my kids back. So. Okay, Kenny. I think I'm crying wolf. I want my kids blocked.
Leave this place.
A narcissist is a disrespectful, insensitive, controlling, a bully.
In front of my kids.
You're a in front of my kids because you regret these children. You didn't even look at that one. I held that one for the first half hour of their life.
Can't do that. You can't do that. You can't call me that in front of my kids.
I will call you a whore, a slut in front of my kids until they're 18 years old. Because that's what you are.
Go ahead.
I'll explain to you.
Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
So go anywhere.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay? This is the way the law works in the state of California. I explained this to KORRA. I'll explain it to you. And when the police get
You're
here,
welcome.
they will side with me. I guarantee you, because I have a lawyer telling me this. This is not my opinion. I haven't Googled this. This is a divorce attorney telling me this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
No. Whoever has custody of the kids at the moment the divorce is filed has custody of the kids until you go before a judge. That's why I was going to get a restraining order on KORRA, to make sure that I had custody.
When did you have custody? No, I don't want us to interrupt. I have questions too.
The kids have been with me the last 2 days. Yes?
And you filed the for the last 2 days?
Yes.
Justin, the kids go with you.
Wow.
You don't have
So this was your intention over the whole plan to
My
take custody
intention
away.
is to protect my children. Let me finish and you'll understand.
Okay, that's why. So,
That's-
because I have questions
You
already.
guys have
She has
questions, and-
All right, it's all making sense to me.
Yes, yes. So whoever serves the church, whoever has custody of the kids,
Okay.
when you get to divorce, has custody of the kids until you go before a judge.
Correct. You're right. But I don't know what the situation is right now. But calm down, Justin.
I'm taking some kids, and as long as there's not a problem, she needs to be out of here tomorrow. That's our agreement.
You want to take taxi on you?
Yes, of course.
Who's breastfeeding?
Justin.
Look.
Justin.
I'm sure.
Took the kids for 2 days just so he could file for divorce while they
No. I'm taking the kids now.
No, that's why he took the kids the other day.
Yeah. You understand?
Yeah, no, I told you I understand what
Exactly.
you're
So
saying.
therefore,
That's why he took the kids the other day.
that's why I took the kids to file divorce, and I have custody.